The Addams Family have grabbed the hearts of a global audience for more than 50 years because they are spooky and bizarre. Now, their melancholic daughter Wednesday is the focus of Tim Burton's eagerly awaited Netflix series, which he is also directing and executive producing. The new series takes a fresh look at this scary girl. Most frequently, we witness her relentlessly torturing her brother Pugsley intellectually. Wednesday would construct horrifying traps, devise horrifying experiments, and basically treat Pugsley like some kind of tortured but oddly compliant test subject. But as this show offers far more than simply Wednesday, what brings us more surprises are the many strict rules that the cast have to follow to impress us. So let's see all of those rules that Wednesday actors had to submit to. A very strict director. With the new series Wednesday, filmmaker Tim Burton enters the horrific and supernatural realm of the Addams Family. The Netflix series is based on Wednesday Addams, who was typically depicted as a toddler in earlier Addams Family plays or films, but who is now a teenager attending an alternative high school where she is attempting to control her psychic abilities. Burton, famed for fusing the bizarre with endearing in movies like Edward Scissorhands and Big Fish, is the director of the first 4 of the new show's 8 episodes. In an interview with Reuters at the Italian pop culture festival Lucca Comics and Games, Burton said, "I feel like it was created for me, because I feel like I was her as a boy in school. The Addams Family has been done very effectively in numerous ways. I simply like the concept of focusing on Wednesday and seeing her as a teenager," the author said. "That sense about family, school, technology, therapy, it just spoke to me, so it was very easy to empathize with all of that." Burton admitted, "I still have troubles. I feel very lucky. I had a way to sort of work out some of those demons and cope with some of those concerns, whether it was drawing or doing movies. Seeing her and how she handles it was essential to me," he continued. Jenna Ortega studied 80s goth club dancing. In order to channel Netflix's rendition of the spooky, bizarre Wednesday Addams, Scream Queen Jenna Ortega had a lot to get ready for. She chose the Cramp song Goo Goo Muck for the number in collaboration with director and creator Tim Burton. Ortega choreographed Wednesday's dance steps for the show's school dance a few days before it was shot. At Wednesday's Hollywood debut, Ortega admitted, "I merely drew inspiration from videos of goth kids dancing in clubs in the 80s. She described her influences as Lean Lovitch music videos, Susie and the Banshee performances, and Fosse. She declared, "I feel like I have a newfound appreciation for that area of work." No smiles. Jenna Ortega, who has been in horror films including You, Scream, and the upcoming X, seems right at home as Wednesday Addams, the macabre daughter of Gomez and Morticia Addams. However, the role does provide some unique problems for the young actress. Ortega describes how she manages to strike a balance between creating a fascinating character and restraining emotions throughout the length of an 8-episode story. The character's lack of feeling in even the most ominous situations is one of her defining characteristics. Ortega told Entertainment Weekly, "We've never seen her as a teenage girl. You know, it's funny and sweet and almost charming to hear this 8-year obsession old with murder and blood and guts. As she gets older, though, it's almost difficult to avoid sounding like every other teenage girl. So it's kind of like, how do we establish this character and give her the same fire without letting her become something that she's not?" No blinking. If you blink during Wednesday on Netflix, you might miss it. The main teen character, played by Jenna Ortega, has a few distinctive character traits that set the eldest Addams apart from the other outcasts at Nevermore Academy. Fans were particularly drawn to Wednesday's characteristic of never blinking throughout the series. It turns out that the non-blinking behavior is completely amazing. When she appeared on the Today Show, Jenna corroborated this anecdote for herself. Wednesday doesn't blink, according to Ortega. She cited the director Tim Burton as saying, "Tim Burton likes it when I tilt my chin down and look through my eyebrows, kind of like a Kubrick stare, and then I relax all the muscles in my face." For reference, the expression of an actor gazing intently into the camera from beneath furrowed brows is known as the Kubrick stare. Director Stanley Kubrick, widely known for his suspenseful films The Shining and A Clockwork Orange, is credited with popularizing the aesthetic. Tim Burton detests the act of blinking, so characters who do not blink frequently appear in his films. In an interview with Yahoo in 2016, the director admitted that he had no idea why he dislikes blinking. "Even as you bring it up now, it terrifies me," he said to the interviewer. Wednesday is supernaturally gifted, so it's likely she doesn't need to close her eyes for more than a minute. However, it might seem difficult for the typical individual to spend longer than a minute without blinking. Additionally, instances where Wednesday does close her eyes, such as when she travels with her parents in the first episode and when she hugs Enid in the season finale, are made more powerful by the lack of blinking. Schedule adjustment. The Tony and Oscar-winning actress Catherine Zeta-Jones is demonstrating that there is no role she can't take on with her latest. Netflix's Wednesday, a new take on the classic Addams Family series, comes just a few weeks after she shocked fans with a blonde transformation for Disney Plus's National Treasure series Edge of History. Zeta-Jones is, of course, assuming the role of Morticia Addams, and if Vanity Fair's first look is any indication, it shows that she was made for the part, slipping easily into the siren's distinctively slinky bell-sleeve gown. But in case you weren't aware, this woman is a super multi-millionaire and the owner of numerous companies all over the world. She also has a lot going on because of everything that she needs to do. She received the highest salary of the entire cast as a result. And as soon as she was done filming, she started working on something new right away, working non-stop day and night. Therefore, a lot of effort is required. Moreover, Tim Burton, the acclaimed director, has explained why the unusual pairing of Catherine Zeta-Jones and Luis Guzman were chosen to portray the parents of sinister teen Wednesday in his deliciously dark new series. Tim said, "We were incredibly fortunate to have Catherine and Luis. We were returning to the paintings and that they depict a charmingly mismatched pair." Colorful roommate. In Netflix's Wednesday, Emma Myers excels in her breakthrough performance as the incessantly bubbly and brightly colored Enid Sinclair. Meeting Myers in real life is quite a different experience though. Myers told Elite Daily, "I would consider myself more of a Wednesday because I am pretty introverted and don't have a lot of energy. Enid is really vivacious and enjoys interacting with others in contrast to me, who finds social situations extremely unsettling." In fact, Myers originally desired to take on the role of the melancholy daughter in Netflix's adaptation of The Addams Family. Although she was initially interested in the role, Jenna Ortega ultimately won it. So Myers chose to look on the bright side and made a connection with Wednesday's cheery roommate in its place. The rainbow-colored antithesis of Wednesday's personality is the social butterfly Enid, but despite their glaring differences, the roommates developed an unusual bond, just like Myers and Ortega did off-screen. Jenna and I get along great in real life, so having a part where we kinda dislike each other and then have a scene where we become best friends was really enjoyable, according to Myers. Finger's personality. Now, Thing is Wednesday's actual right-hand man and another member of the original Addams family. He supports her in her research and acts as a confidant. In order to avoid using CGI to create the hand, Burton insisted that the show hire an on-set actor. He and Wednesday had a number of endearing scenes together. With this, Dora Bantu, a 25-year-old Romanian magician who specializes in hand tricks, also performs as an illusionist and event entertainer and was chosen to play the role of Thing. This is his first credited role. Now, you might have believed that Victor's finger presentation was a little too basic. Remember Dora Bantu to translate. Really, all you're doing is holding your hand in front of the camera and acting like it's alive. But seriously, even fingerwork has some of the most difficult that went into producing the show. Now, typically the Addams family's plots are very predictable. They mostly show a glimpse of their peculiar lives. However, what makes it arduous are the rigorous rules followed by the Wednesday cast. So what are your thoughts on this? Let us know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you on the channel next time. Until then, it is goodbye.